Welcome to Trojan Sports Now. Interviewing with me today, I have senior Bradly Dixon from the Troy cross country and track team. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So first, I'd like to ask you, how did you get into running and getting into cross country?
Yeah, so my freshman year of high school, I didn't make the baseball team. So yeah, my track coach at the time was like, hey, come out, run, stay in shape, and when you're ready to try out for the baseball team next year, you're more than willing to. And yeah, I finished that first season of running in track, and I was like, you know, I'm going to stick with this. It's so much fun. Yeah.
So why did you enjoy the running part of it? Like, what really got you going? Like, you know, I enjoy running.
For sure. Yeah, I think why I enjoy it so much is I know that it's like my best versus the best of everyone else, like on the line, towing the line with me. So it's always just like been this great thrill to kind of have that mindset.
Definitely. So why did you pick Troy coming in a few years back?
Sure.
We know you're a senior now. So what was that thing that really got you to come to Troy?
Yeah, so being from Jacksonville, I'd seen a couple of schools, local schools there in Jacksonville. And actually, through one of my rival high schools, there's a guy that ran here at Troy. He had mentioned to me, like, hey, Troy University's just cleared their team. They brought in a new coach, new coaching staff. And I was like, shoot, I'll look into them. And yeah, sure enough, I was able to land a visit here, came and met the team that was left from all of the cuts. And yeah, man, all of the guys really just, I got along with each and every one of them. And there was just like this like personal connection that wasn't there in any other of the visits that I'd gone on.
Definitely. Do you still have any of those connections, any of those freshmen that you came in with that are still with you today here as a senior?
Yeah, so there are two other guys as well that I'm with now that we're continuing to grow and just like call each other higher out on the course and on the track. But a lot of the team is new, and right now it's really just like learning to like work with a younger group of guys and yeah, keep them from falling into the same mistakes that I have in the past. So it's always been like a good, yeah, just a good motivator to be able to look at them and kind of seem like, man, I remember when I was there. But yeah, just being able to call them higher in that, and like whether it be training or just lifestyle off the track as well. It's always been a pleasure to work with them though.
So looking at Troy as it's moved through the past 2, 3, 4 years for you, how has it really changed for you living here and seeing all the changes that has come about at Troy?
Yeah, dude, Jacksonville is a much larger city than than Troy, Alabama. But I think for the most part, it's not really. I wouldn't say forced. It's just given me the opportunity to really like delve deeper into friendships that being in a bigger city you may not be able to like partake in. So yeah, being in such a small city, it's been really great just to like know people not only on the cross country and track team, but other teams such as tennis, golf, baseball, and I think through such a small area of just living, it's been very easy to do that. So I've really loved the personal connections made with other athletes and other students here at Troy University.
Yeah, it's definitely got that feel to it where it's very homey and you get to know a lot of people.
Yeah.
So this year as a senior, you've been a leader on the team. Yeah, and other than just leading off the field, you've off the course, you've done a great job on the course. You've been leading the Trojans in many of the races this year. So tell me about how it is being that leader, not only vocally, but able to like show them, look, I'm doing it as well, so you guys can follow in my footsteps.
For sure. Yeah, man, just punching the clock, punching in, punching out each and every morning or afternoon, given the day. But yeah, really just like trying to hone in on like Coach Blount's training and what he's having us do, and knowing that like just through action, really, it's been a testament to kind of see where I've come from freshman year to now. So really just trying to instill that in the younger guys has been just a great opportunity. It's been a great opportunity to do that, but yeah, I would say just really like focusing on the small days, so that like, yeah, you have so many small days back to back to back. It leads into like just great achievements.
Definitely, it's all those small pieces coming together.
For sure.
So through your 4 years, what have you seen change in your race or in your the way you run or your style of running? What has changed throughout?
Yeah. So yeah, my freshman year, I found a lot of enjoyment in just trying to be like number one all the time, trying to go out and like for easy runs, just not taking them easy and just making everything like a race outside of the race. And it just, yeah, I like came to realize that you burn out very quickly doing that, whether it be mentally or physically. And as the years have kind of progressed, just having older guys being able to like lead me away from that, it's been very good to do the same for these guys as well, and being able to speak into that. Yeah, just being able to learn from a lot of these mistakes that I've made it's been such a great opportunity to share with the younger guys here.
And so what is some of the advice you would give to the younger guys, like specifically about going through and coming in as freshmen and moving forward?
Yeah, trust the process, first and foremost. Training's not always going to be easy, and it's not always going to be a walk in the park, and you're not always going to feel great. But Coach Blount will get you to where you need to be when the time is, when you're ready. And for us, here in about 2 weeks, we're going to be ready for a conference. So I just really instilling these men that, Coach Blount will get you to where you need to be when you need to be there.
Gotcha. And coming up to conference, I've heard a lot about pack running. So many people might not know what that really is, or what kind of techniques you guys use while you run instead of just going out there and just running. What are some other techniques you guys use as you guys are out there?
For sure. Yeah. So just throughout practice, it's really just repetition, repetition, repetition. So really coming through reps together, starting reps together, and really just working. And it's crazy, through easy runs or workouts, you'll start to see and start to understand the tendencies of the other men around you. So okay, Brad's getting tired, he's doing X, Y, and Z. Let me see what I can do. And it just makes it so much easier with the other 4 guys there to really just hold each other accountable in that. But yeah, it just leads to closer community on and off the course, but especially in the races with pack running. It's been very good to be able to kind of just speak up to these guys to the left and right of you, hey man, come on, let's go get them. Whether it be mile 1 or mile 4, just really bringing them through, bringing them home.
So one thing I've got a question about is you don't get to listen to music while you guys are running, right?
Not too much.
What do you guys really focus on or hone in on when you're running? Just for those 25 minutes or whatever, so you guys are running, that's your focus. Just go get it. What's really that main focus you guys have?
Yeah. So the way we train just to run from the back and kind of move forward as the race progresses, and kind of just pick off people as we can. So throughout races, we're really just focusing on. First and foremost, Coach Blount's will be yelling splits from mile 1 to mile 3, mile 4, and just bringing it in. But knowing that we're staying within ourselves, whether it be at our fitness levels, and really just focusing on the guys in front of us and really trying to bring them and reel them back in as much as possible as the race progresses.
All right. And so this year, the weather has also been a little hotter throughout the season.
Yeah.
So I know that definitely affects you guys running
For sure.
outside all the time. So tell me how that's taken a toll on you guys, or if a toll made you guys a little better throughout the process.
For sure. Yeah. I think for especially a younger group and running in a little hotter of a temperature, it's given us an opportunity to really hone in on that mental toughness. And same thing with our bodies. The weather's not going to be perfect each and every day, so it's going to give us an opportunity to really work on that mental that mental grind, basically, throughout the racing season, and then just for years to come for these guys as well. It's just good sharpener of the mind.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure.
Running's definitely you've got to have a lot of mental capacity.
Yeah.
So something that's changed from high school to college. So as you say, mentality is a huge difference when you step in from high school to college. So tell me a little about that difference.
For sure. So from a physical aspect, really just mileage. Mileage has definitely changed for me. So in high school, never really breaking about 40 miles a week. And then you get into college and you're right around anywhere from 65 to 95, just depending on the time of season. So it's really just learning to take care of your body in such a more just precise way. Because if you neglect a lot of these little nagging injuries, then you're just going to lead into something hopefully not greater, but more often than not greater. From a physical aspect, just really taking care of your body is key. I would say mentally, being in college, I have so much more freedom, and you can attest to this, being a student athlete as well. Just there's so much more freedom and time on your hands, and it's really what do you do with that time? Whether it be study, as we all should be, but then outside of that, really just am I stretching? Am I drinking enough water? Am I sleeping? Am I eating enough? Am I eating correctly? I guess just really taking that by the reins, I think has been not necessarily a challenge, but an opportunity rather to really grow around a lot of these younger guys. But that's something I've really been trying to instill with these guys is sleep schedules, hydration, eating just the right foods.
Yeah, there's a lot of small things that go
Most
into
definitely.
it.
Yeah.
So another thing that might make a difference is courses. So tell me some about the different tracks and what are the differences between them, and maybe some of your favorite tracks that you've ran throughout your 4 years here.
Yeah, so for cross country, it was kind of a shock to me, but in college it goes from a 5K to an 8K, so you have 3K left, or more once you come across that 5K market that you've been seeing all throughout high school. So that was pretty rough. My freshman year, actually, we had so we finished the season with a 10K. And the course that we ran on was my state course that we'd run in high school. And I just remember coming through 5K and I was like, wow, like 4 months ago, I would have been finished. And I have another one of these to go. So that was kind of just a mental check. But yeah, just from like a course standpoint, 5Ks to 8Ks has definitely been like a little bit more of a challenge, just like kind of staying mentally engaged throughout the entire race. But then also on the track, distances also increase as well. So throughout high school, there was nothing farther than a 2 mile on the track. Now we have a 5K and a 10K on the track. So yeah, learning to really work through those 12.5 to 25 laps is definitely something to grow into.
Definitely. It feel like it's not only the course, it's just the mental game as we've been talking about, and everything comes together. So one of your favorite memories as a Trojan, either a race or just something outside of that you can remember that's kind of left a mark on you as a Trojan? Yeah.
So this last year, a lot of the guys had a good bit of guys had graduated this last year. And I remember we had our own, we called it the first annual Blount Invitational. So I don't know how we had this happen, but we got permission to reserve the track for, I think, a 2.5 hour span. So we put on a bunch of these just bogus races that we would never run in our lives. So we'd have, so for me, I'm a 5K, 10K guy running a 100-meter dash. What? And so we rented out the track for that like a sliver of time. We had someone run a DJ throughout the meet. It was so much fun. So just a good opportunity to really kind of close out a good season with these guys. And then finally we finished the first annual Blount Invitational track meet with a donut mile. That was rough.
So how was that? Like, what happens in that?
Yeah, so every lap you'd eat 2 donuts.
Wow. Okay.
So you'd have like powder donuts, the cake batter donuts, and then like I don't even know the other. I think they're chocolate donuts. So like you try to time the worst donut earlier in the race. But yeah, that was just. You felt terrible, but it was such a fun experience to run like this with these guys.
Yeah, I feel like it's such a cool thing to have your team just come together and have kind of races which aren't as serious, but just having to enjoy them is pretty cool.
For sure.
So another thing about the track is that you also are on the track team here as well. So you're basically running throughout the whole year, spring, fall, all year round. So tell me about how that's taken a little toll on your body, or how that's kind of prepared you having that cross-country season first and then going into track right away.
Yeah, so we will run in the fall for cross-country. The winter sport is indoor, which the distance guys usually train through, which is kind of nice at the same, you don't have these race efforts on your legs. And then you kind of move into outdoor. It's really nice though, because we'll have like a 2-week span throughout the year of like just eating like crap, staying up late, watching who knows ungodly amounts of Netflix and movies. But yeah, it's really been a grind in the sense of learn, like I said earlier, kind of like learning to take care of your body, because you are running 50 weeks out of a 52-week year. And it's like just learning to like know your body, know your body's limitations when it comes to training, because like certain parts of the year you can press a little bit more, and then other years you kind of have to pull off, or other weeks of the year you kind of have to pull off. So really it just comes down to like really knowing your body.
Definitely. And so what's the difference in running in like a cross-country course where you guys are kind of in the grass and around?
For sure.
And running on the track, which is something different?
I would say biggest thing for me, cross-country at a track, you don't have, especially in cross-country, you don't have like this sense of someone's watching me all the time. And like that's not a bad thing, but at the same time, there is these opportunities to like kind of check out. And I mean that by like, okay, like if I pull up a little bit, no one's going to be like, but no one's going to see anything. Gotcha. But then, I don't know. But then like when you have track, kind of all eyes are on you. And it's really like an opportunity to really just show that you've like really put in the work, because then everyone's like kind of seeing that right then and there. So just knowing to, and I guess on cross country and track as well, cross country, the course may not always be exactly the distance that we're supposed to be running, which is perfectly fine. But then track, everything is like the same exact distance. So people know that we're working towards that, which is really, really nice.
Definitely. So looking forward to conference. What's been working well for you and also the team as that you guys are going forward, that you guys want to continue keep doing what you're doing?
Yeah, so these last 2 races, and it was pretty funny. Coach Mont sends out an email every week and just says, I think he led this last one with, hey, don't get cocky. Because these last 2 races, everything has clicked from like first place to like 7th place. And yeah, it's been like really, really cool to see these guys. So I guess to kind of keep the energy going, really just encouraging each other, not only like throughout workouts, not easy runs, but like on and off the track. Yeah, just really calling each other higher in that like challenge to be the greatest we can be with what we have. And then come 2 weeks that like we know that we've done everything possible from sleep, hydration, all the way to like training, workouts, long runs, that we've done everything possible to be the very best against the rest of the Sun Belt competition.
Definitely do whatever's in your hands you can, and when you get there, you try your best.
Exactly.
For sure.
Most
So final question, what are your plans for after graduation?
Man, that seems to be the hot topic.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. Yeah, man, as of right now, I can't really put like my thumb on it. I've got a couple opportunities in Jacksonville to work there. But so we'll kind of see where that goes. From a training standpoint, I would like to continue to run and focus on like half marathon training. But yeah, for the most part right now, I really couldn't put a direct answer into that.
Do you continue to continue looking forward to running, like even without all the competitions? And
Definitely. Yeah, most definitely.
Hats off to you, because I struggle to run sometimes. I know a lot of us do out there, but thank you for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you guys for staying tuned, and stay tuned as we bring you the latest from Trojan Sports coming up.